these big logs to the burning pile. On the way, foliage and over there. A lot of dogs barking. More plants out here. More branches I need to cut up. I really need to get the sawzall and cut that up. I might do that eventually, just cut that up and put on the burn pile. Palmetto bushes. Yeah. More palmetto bushes. Yeah, sunset over there. More palmetto bushes. Just walking around in the woods. A lot of interesting things out here. When you live in a very rural area, you hear dogs barking, the wind, the trees. I kind of like it, you know. I mean, I love getting out of the house every so often. You know, just to leave the house and everything, you know. I don't even know if I did the right thing in doing that. If that waked some of y'all up, I'm sorry. Look at all of this over here. Sunset over there. I made this video at about 4:45 p.m. Another stick I need to pick up. More woods over here. Halfway back there. I love the sound these trees make. I gotta get the weed eater for this. Old fence. Old little fence. Nice little fence. Nice rotten fence. That's another thing I need to get the sawzall to cut up and fix right there. Jesus, I really need something better in the sense of content, but I guess this is a good content. There's no shame in making content like this. This is reminiscent of some videos. Anyways, this is more reminiscent of some videos that a friend of mine, fellow ASMR artist, Error ASMR makes. If you're watching this, Error, congratulations. I'm very proud of you. Error is an amazing person. Please check out her content. Just walks through the woods or walks to Aldi's or looks at farm animals and stuff. Very amazing person. She was a major supporter of my Tingles Dare series, and I'm very proud of her. I'm very happy for her. I just want you to know, Error, I'm happy and I'm proud of you, and I'll just put that over there for the time being. Big old stick. I just must say that your videos, Error, actually helped me relax. I haven't seen them in ages, but I really hope everything is well with you. Anyways, she's one of many ASMR artists that I'm proud to know, and there's another log I need to cut up with the sawzall and everything like that. And another ASMR artist that I'm going to give a shout out to is One Man ASMR. He's Canadian. Used to be known as Ray of ASMR, but what really upsets me is how he doesn't get much in the way of views and what have you. And I will put a link below so people can watch his videos. Great guy. Great friendly guy. And I really need to cut this up with a sawzall. I really do. More stuff over here. You know, the weather's changing and it's getting all cold. In a sense, I love cold weather because you're not sweltering in the heat and you've got a lot, thinking about. I don't know what's going on with this, but might not look good. Then again, it could be just dirt. But to tell you the truth, a lot about, and there's another log I need to cut up with the sawzall. I mean, these walks in nature, I didn't have much in the way of a park or anything where I lived. I mean, this is actually, believe it or not, my backyard, and all of this, believe it or not, is my backyard. And I felt very blessed to have such a wonderful thing this big. I just wish that my life, had turned out somewhat different, but hey, I'm happy with this. This right here was an old chicken pen. An old abandoned chicken pen. Sadly, it's empty now. It was all empty. Old chicken door. We didn't have... It wasn't a chicken coop, it was actually a chicken pen. Difference being is that it used to be an old pig pen. And we refurbished it to have chickens. And for a long time we had chickens. But then things just got different, you know. Suddenly things just, you know, it was just something that we just stopped doing. After the last chickens died, we just stopped doing that. Because real life seemed to have gotten in the way, and it really bothers me. I mean, it's really one of those things, you know, that you did. It's old and abandoned, and makes you wonder what we're going to do with it when it's all said and done. I can't begin to tell you the number of eggs we got from those nests. It was beautiful. It was something beautiful, something to do, and I really liked it. Looking back, I wish I could have been more, what's the word I'm looking for? More interested. I only went along with it because family did, and that's something I regret. Empty water, I mean, we should have, you know, I should have done more, but hey, it is what it is. Some people are just, some people, you know, myself included, you know, we just go along with things just to go along with it. But hey, tell you the truth, it was fun though. But do I ever regret ever having chickens? No. Those are some good memories. In fact, those are some great memories I had with my chickens. One chicken we had was named Crooked-Foot Sally. And Crooked-Foot Sally had a foot that was crooked, so we called her Crooked-Foot. She walked normally, but Crooked-Foot basically walked around. Now, this pipe right here that you see was once we were going to do a water line, but it never came to pass. It's just something that never came to be. It's like a project that just went nowhere, and things just, you know, change. So I'm over here reminiscing about it. Look at all that. You'd need a tetanus shot to deal with all this. Gotta make sure there's no snakes in it. But there is, you know, rusted panels underneath. But I do remember, in fact, I'm going to show y'all again. Like I was saying before, I can't begin to tell you the number of eggs I got from those nests. In fact, one day one morning, it was Christmas morning, my brother and I came out here and we found a very first green egg that was laid by Lucky, one of our chickens. We've had a lot of chickens. We had chickens named Dinner was one of the names Brett, my brother, came up with, and there was another chicken named Rocky. He was a rooster, and then we had Pidgey. He was another rooster, and then there was a tiny chicken, a Cornish hen, I believe, named Woodstock, named for the Peanuts character. Pretty interesting stuff. I grew up on in the backwoods, so it's become my second home in a sense. The only wild animals we see around here are squirrels and possums, raccoons, owls, and things like that. Nothing major. I saw a rabbit one time out here. There was one time we saw a hawk. So, yeah, that's my hand, in case anyone wants to know. Let's look at all them woods. I wouldn't want it any different, you know. Vines and everything. You know, my brother and my dad, in fact, both my brothers and my dad and myself, felt tempted to, you know, hook up some speakers in the woods and just play the Tarzan yell. A lot over there, and foliage and what have you. There used to be a pathway that would lead out, but let's just say it became overgrown and we never used it. I feel tempted to make another pathway, another natural pathway, just so I can, if I need to take a walk in the woods to clear my mind, I can. Well, that's my fingers, if anyone's asking. Old stump. More foliage. There's a reason I don't show much about my house or where I live much. I just very cautious about what I show people because, you know, you got all these wackos in the world and everything that for some reason could just lose their minds and just come and try and kill you in your sleep. And sure, it may be paranoia, but let's just say for the record, you know, you gotta be safe and precautious. And look at these beautiful leaves. Look at all this. Yeah, sticker bushes. God, I hated sticker bushes. The only good thing about these sticker bushes is the fact that they yielded blackberries, but it's been past blackberry season. Just listening. More things in there I need to cut up with a sawzall. Get in there, just with the sawzall, cut it up, and not to cut it all down or anything. I really hate it when woods are cut down. It's just something that I can't, you know, fathom or understand why people just cut down woods willy-nilly because you want to cut them down, you know. It's utterly ridiculous that people want to consume our resources like there's no tomorrow. Living in Florida. Living in Florida, you know, you have both deciduous and evergreen trees. You know, I really wish I could have grown some fruit trees. In fact, that's something my dad said to me. Well, that's a jumbo jet. Look at all the vines and everything. That could be a potential pathway, I don't know. In case you're wondering why there's so many jumbo jets up above, we live in the path of an airport. That's what I love about it out here. That's what I love about it out here. I wouldn't want to leave it because I love it. Big grove over there. I just don't know what to do anymore. I mean, in the way of making this video anyway, there's so much I can do. But I'm going to just tell you this. I've lived out here all my life. More branches that need to be cut up with a sawzall. I can't stand all these mosquitoes. That's what I hate about living in this part of Florida that I'm in. Anyways, I lived at the same address all my life. Even when my brothers moved away and everything and had lives of their own. I'm not going to go in detail as to what they do because it's a personal thing. So it's just been me and my dad. That's all I'm going to say. Look at all this right here. All this moist sand and dirt. I meant dirt, sorry. Most people think of Florida, they think of sunny beaches. Not realizing that there's part of it that has black dirt. What's interesting about this piece of property is the fact that every time it rains, it floods because it's very low lying right here. And all the water runs into this area. And it's all, you know, low lying in certain areas, and other areas are high. But anyways, sometimes you just got to take a walk and walk around. I love how right here there's like an edges to the woods, to where the woods begin and where the yard begins. I kind of like how nature does that, how it makes little boundaries and like that, you know. It's truly interesting how things go, you know, people often ponder about it. Well, it's just craziness, you know. But anyways, life is what it is, and the way it is the way it's going to be. There's really nothing you can do about it. I've rambled too much for 30 minutes. Actually, it says it's been 25 minutes based on what my phone says. Old fence as well. I really wish, you know, things had turned out differently. But in some ways, some things I wouldn't want to change, and others I would. But in all fairness and honesty, that's just how life is, you know. There are things that you want to change and things you don't want to change. Change is part of life no matter how you look at it. No matter how you like it. I mean, life is what it is. And the way it is the way it's going to be. And it's just what you do with the changes that really matters the most, you know. You know. You do what you gotta do to endure the changes. Some change is good. Some change is bad. But you gotta roll with the punches sometime. You gotta roll with the punches. You can't just sit around and whine and cry if something didn't go your way, you know. You learn at an age that life really is something that you got to deal with every day. You can't have the good without the bad and the bad without the good. So, you got to learn to roll with the punches, as they say. And you know, as they say, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I mean, there's a reason why Christians, you know, myself as a Christian, why we go through, you know, trials and everything. Is that you learn to become stronger. You know, you learn to become a stronger person. You learn to become much stronger. You learn to depend on God, you know. But anyways, you learn to rise from the ashes. I wonder sometimes about this burning pile we've had. This burning pile, I can't tell you the number of times we've burnt, you know, sticks and pine cones on it, and how much ash, how fertile land we have in regard to this over here. The most fertile land we have is all this fire. But from the fires you learn to rise up again. You learn to rise up again. Sometimes life will lead you in a full swing. Sometimes life takes you around and you end up someplace new. But then again, you know, life may sometimes just throw a curveball and say, ha, it's not going to end the way you think it is. It's not going to end the way that you expect it to be. It's going to end how life wants it to end, not how you want to end. Because let's just say that in some cases, you land back where you started. You land back where you started, and you wonder, I just made a full circle. It's kind of weird how life does that sometimes. When I made this video 30 minutes ago, this is where I started it. Same bush from before. Doesn't look any different. But it doesn't look the same. And those branches over there, those logs over there, I need to cut down. Or rather, cut up with a sawzall still there. They haven't changed much. They're the same bushes and the same log. But despite this, it's all changed since I walked around here 30 minutes ago. No 2 days are alike. Sure, it may be same stuff, different day. But you know what? No 2 days are alike.